Wayne, Pat, what up?
My heart thump, not from being nervous sometimes. I'm thinking God made me special here on purpose. So all the while till I'm gone, make my words important. So if I slip away, if I die today, the last thing you remember won't be about some apple bottom jeans with the boots, with the fur. Maybe how I dream of being free since my birth. Cursed, but the demons I confronted with the spurs. Have you ever heard of some shit so...
Harvey was an English physician who was the first to describe accurately how blood was pumped around the body by the heart. William Harvey was born in Folkestone, Kent on April 1st, 1578. His father was a merchant. Harvey was educated at King's College, Canterbury, and then at Cambridge University. He then studied medicine at the University of Padua in Italy, where the scientist and surgeon Hieronymus Fabricius tutored him. Fabricius, who was fascinated by anatomy, recognized that the veins in the human body had one-way valves, but was puzzled as to their function. Thus Harvey took the foundation of Fabricius's teachings and went on to solve the riddle of what part the valves played in the circulation of blood through the body. On his return from Italy in 1602, Harvey established himself as a physician. His career was helped by the marriage to Elizabeth Brown, daughter of Elizabeth I's physician. In 1604 and 1607 he became a Fellow of the Royal College of Physicians, and in 1606 was appointed physician to St. Bartholomew's Hospital. In 1618 he became physician to Elizabeth's successor, James I, and to James' son Charles when he became king. Both James and Charles took a close interest in and encouraged Harvey's research. Harvey's research was furthered through the dissection of animals. He first revealed his findings at the College of Physicians. In 1616 and 1628, he published his theories in a book entitled Exercitio Anatomica de Motu Cordis et Sanguinis in Animalibus, which translates to an anatomical study of the motion of the heart and of the blood in animals, where he was explaining how the heart propelled the blood in a circular course through the body. His discovery was received with great interest in England, although it was greeted with some skepticism on the continent. Harvey was also the first to suggest that humans and other mammals reproduced via fertilization of an egg and sperm. It took a further 2 centuries before a mammalian egg was finally observed, but nonetheless Harvey's theory won credibility during his lifetime. Harvey retained a close relationship with the royal family through the English Civil War and witnessed the Battle of Edge Hill. Thanks to Charles I, he was for a short time warden of Merton College, Oxford, 1645 to 1646. He died on June 3, 1657. Vasulius was a Flemish-born anatomist whose dissections of the human body helped to correct misconceptions dating from ancient times. Andreas Vasulius was born on December 31st, 1514 in Brussels, Belgium, then part of the Holy Roman Empire. He came from a family of physicians, and both his father and grandfather had served the Holy Roman Emperor. Vasulius studied medicine in Paris but was forced to leave before completing his degree when the Holy Roman Empire declared war on France. He then studied at the University of Louvain and then moved to Padua to study for his doctorate. Upon completion in 1537, he was immediately offered the chair of surgery and anatomy. Surgery and anatomy were then considered of little importance in comparison to the other branches of medicine. However, Vasulius believed that surgery had to be grounded in anatomy. Unusually, he always performed dissections himself and produced anatomical charts of the blood and nervous systems as a reference aid for his students, which were widely copied. In the same year, Vasulius wrote a pamphlet on bloodletting, a popular treatment for a variety of illnesses. There was debate about where in the body the blood should be taken from. Vasulius's pamphlet was supported by his knowledge of the blood system, and he showed clearly how anatomical dissection could be used to test speculation and underline the importance of understanding the structure of the body in medicine. In 1539, his supply of dissection material increased when a Paduan judge became interested in Vasulius's work and made bodies of executed criminals available to him. Vasulius was now able to make repeated and comparative dissections of humans. This was in marked contrast to Galen, the standard authority of anatomy who, for religious reasons, had been restricted to animals, mainly apes. Vasulius realized that Galen's and his own observations differ and that humans do not share the same anatomy as apes. In 1543, Vasulius published De Humani Corporis Fabrica. The book was largely based on human dissection and transformed anatomy into a subject that relied on observations taken directly from human dissections. Vasulius now left anatomical research to take up medical practices. Maintaining the tradition of imperial service, he became physician to the imperial court of Emperor Charles V, and in 1555 took service with Charles' son Philip II of Spain. In 1564 he left for a trip to the Holy Land but died on October 15, 1564 due to shipwreck on his way back home.